Yo. Yo, what's great with you guys? Today we are in Linden, New Jersey. I'm here with my guy, the Yat Man.
What's going on, brother,
What's
man?
great with you, man? I want to say, first I want to shout out you for the work that you do.
Appreciate that.
The artwork that you do on people that you help people be able to express themselves in the ways that they want to. And just bringing stuff alive. You know, that's your part of the job to make. They can have the idea, but for you to bring it to actual life. It's kind of hard to do that, and people don't understand the process of what you have to do, how you have to think, the mindset you just got to have to do all that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah,
So I want you to just briefly introduce yourself, so we could leave it all to the conversation, but let people know who you are, where you from, and what you do.
Okay. Well, my name is Jazz, the Yat Man. I'm originally from New Brunswick. I started tattooing in the crib, but now I got my own little spot. I've been tattooing for over 4 years, self-taught. I've been in plenty of different shops, but I mainly like to work by myself.
Now, before we really get into the conversation, explain or tell people what's the how you feel specifically about working in shops. Well, how your experience was working in shops rather than being at your own place.
One thing I noticed in the shop, like now that I'm an established artist, like me being in the shop doesn't really do me any good because I like to learn, you know what I'm saying? So if I'm in a working environment and the way shops works is you pay a percentage, right? Or you pay the booth. But in my experience, I've had to pay a percentage. And personally, what I bring to the table for a lot of shops is definitely not worth the percentage I was receiving, which is, you know what I'm saying? Like I respect, shops and how they run their business, but it's
Mhm.
just not worth it to me cuz when I veered off into my own journey recently in the last few months, you know what I'm saying? I've been making way more money. My work's been getting way better just doing it all on my own. And a lot of shops, they brought me in with some sort of fake promise and I didn't really get what I wanted out of it or what I was promised. So ended up just going back to the basics, learning by myself, watching videos, taking online classes, and now I'm here. My work's been way better. I've like my skill gap that I've fucking reached in these
Mhm.
month by month, day by day, minute by minute is like phenomenal compared to me working in the shop.
So would that be something that you recommend to somebody, because it sounds like you could be a lot more freely and more expressive and like more creative with your work rather than being by yourself than being inside of a shop.
It's that's really a double edged sword. Me personally, like I'm very ambitious, like by myself. Everything I've done and obtained has been by myself. So I've always been kind of like this lone wolf. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, but for somebody who's starting out, I definitely think a shop environment is great for you. You know what I'm saying? You have a lot to learn. But me being established, I know the basics. I know the
Yeah.
advanced stuff. So it's just like me going in the shop and wanting to learn. The stuff I want to learn is very high tech, very hands on, very over the shoulder. You gotta be
Yeah.
right there with me the whole time. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
and a lot of shops don't have that to offer. Because they be busy or they just that's just not how they
They-
do things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? But for
Okay.
somebody who knows nothing, I definitely think a shop environment is great. You know what I'm saying? You got all the resources.
Right. Okay. Okay. That's good. So, any people that want to start doing tats, thought about it, there's some good information for you to know. So, if you want to start out somewhere where you could learn, your basics, your style, how you want to do your tattoos, what type of audience you want, just and then after you do like you learn your basis, it's best for you to just like kind of do it on your own so you could expressly freely like freestyle and just do things how you want, because that's how you really learn like your art.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everyone tries to, we all start out with, kind of copying styles or copying tattoos, you know what I'm saying? Like people who don't, they are just creatively blessed, you know what I'm saying, in the head. Like
Mm-hmm.
good for you. But most people who's starting to tattoo now, because starting a tattoo is way easier than it was, back in the day, like my parents' age bracket, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Everything by hand. Nowadays, there's phenomenal tattoo artists who don't even draw or don't have an art background. They just picked up an iPad and a tattoo machine and they're fucking fire, which is,
Right.
bless them. But
Right. Yeah. That's
I
cool.
came from an art background, a very creative. You know, I used to mess with Legos and build a
Yeah,
hella
that was
shit.
gonna be one of my first questions. So like, where did your background from art come from? Like, where'd you build that love for like the ambition and stuff?
I, I always I always drew as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Drew characters, drew char like video game stuff, Mario's, and then like I say my creativity really stemmed from Legos because like I would get these sets, build them, take them apart, and then build a
Build
bunch of
them
other
other
shit.
shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like the shit I would build, bro, was crazy at like 8 to 11 years old. Like probably even younger, bro. I was building like full swords with sheets and shit like that, like
Houses
3D
and shit.
3D models, helicopters, like war scenes, motherfucking everything, robots, working guns, like shit
Right.
that cock back,
Right.
fucking magazine in it, like
Facts.
all that, like damn near like 8 to 11 years old, no bullshit.
Mm, that's cool though. But nah, me too. I ain't gonna lie, I actually do like Legos. I bought a few, like being older, and like it really helps you like be really creative in a way to where like you don't feel childish. It just feels like this is a hobby that you actually like to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Cause like it's some people that might have the Legos that are like the kid stuff, but like I had bought a set that was it was like a reenactment of like a Harry Potter scene,
Mm.
stuff like that. Like I like little stuff like that.
See, with scenes of Legos, I never was really into like building scenes like for Legos. I like the actual objects, so like ships, robots. That's the type of
Yeah,
shit I would get.
like the actual characters and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I like it though. I'm a grown man and I still play with them low key. Like it just helps you be able to be creative.
there's nothing wrong with that. Legos is expensive too. That's a
Man, it was a set. I just seen the set. It was like what is it like a racing car. That shit was like 150. I'm like, dang.
I seen this Back to the Future one. Shit's like 170, bro. I actually fuck with Back to
Back
the
to the
Future.
Future. Yeah,
Oh
nah, me
yeah.
too. I want to ask you more about like your journey. What you feel like what's your main purpose of why you do this? Like why do you wake up every day and want to do this specifically? Cuz you could have been doing anything else in the world.
I say, really, bro. It's just it's free. It's free money to me. Like when I tattoo, when I lock in, like it don't feel like I'm working. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's like some shitty ass piece or like
Mhm.
some generic shit I've already tattooed hundreds of times. But like other than that, when it's actually like a new piece or some really creative shit, like I that shit don't feel like work to me. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I always like if a dude like ran out after like I just did his whole fucking arm, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't be mad. Like I
Right.
just fuck it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
got to
Like
worry about that 200 to
I would
300 that's
only be
coming
mad.
later.
I would only be mad if like I ain't get my pictures and videos. I would only be sick then because like damn, like I got no proof of that shit.
Right, right. Yeah. Nah, facts and you can't even show like your audience for people to come to want to get a tattoo. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like this tattoo shit, like I really would do it for free. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like second nature. Like I don't really know why. I just love it. You know what I'm saying? I don't really. I have other passions, but tattooing, like the amount of money you can make, like the shit I can get with tattooing, like I can do a lot of shit, like with betting, like.
Mhm.
Like if I bet some money and then I end up losing, like yo, just come get a tat. That shit free. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
Like the cost it actually, the amount of money it takes to actually do a tattoo is probably like under
Bare minimum.
under like $10 per person. The biggest piece under $10.
So like how like we don't got to go too in detail, but just explain like how much the ink and the needles and what's the not you don't have to say a price, but how minimum is that price for you to be able to get a profit margin?
There, that's what I'm saying. Like there is like when I tell you each tattoo literally probably costs like under $10. Like
Like
I
even with the no, I'm saying like ink, like alcohol if you're using it,
see,
all that type of stuff.
but I'm
Like
not using the whole thing, right?
okay,
All those, they pretty pricey when buy an abundance of those, but you got to think about the drops, the inks. I'm only using probably like maybe 10 to 40 drops per tattoo. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a fucking 8-ounce bottle,
Right.
and these is like
Little droplets.
tiny drops.
Yeah, and they be like in those little cups too.
The
So
most expensive thing that I use is the needles. My needles are like $50, $60 a box. You know what I'm
but
saying?
how many do you get though?
I get like probably like 4 or 5 at a time,
Okay.
and then they probably cost probably each like maybe because they come with 20,
Oh shit, word.
so it's like
You always have at least over 100 needles.
yeah, I definitely
Yeah.
probably got over like 200, 300.
300,
in my-
yeah. Word. That's crazy. But that's interesting to know though, because like people don't look at it that way. They just think like, oh, I bet like I got the stuff. People don't think that you have to keep and keep and keep and like, keep this stuff up. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm a guy who's like always prepared. If you fail to prepare, you're preparing to fail. You know what I'm saying? So I
Mhm.
always buy my supplies in advance. You know what I'm saying? I never get empty. I'll never be low. I'll never be unprepared with this tattoo shit. Just
right.
that's one thing I can control.
Right, yeah, that is definitely true. And that's the only thing you can control is the things that is at hands with you.
Yeah.
So I want to speak more about like the learning process. What was like one of your like how was your learning process getting into this? Like what was your first steps of actually like learning how to tattoo? Like I know you could do like the fake skin or real people. What was your startup?
The first thing I ever tattooed in my life was an orange. I
Mm.
tattooed an orange. You know what I'm saying? Fruit is very good to start off with because they have like a thick layer. So if you go past that layer, right, when you peel these layers, mainly like oranges and bananas, those are really good to do. Apples too, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? But mainly oranges and bananas because they have like a thick piece of skin. So when you peel it back, if you see ink on the back, that means you went way too deep. You know what I'm saying? So that
Word.
just little shit that like nobody ever told me, but I just kind of put two and two together and just thought of it like that.
Is that something that you thought on your own to do, or is that something you seen on the internet and
Nah,
then
yeah,
try to
they
do it?
always tell you to tattoo fruits, but as far as like the concept of if you see the ink on the back, that
Mhm.
means you went too deep. Like I made that up, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Because
Yeah.
like technically you're supposed to go in the skin 2 millimeters, but sometimes that shit is way too deep. You know,
Okay.
on different parts of the skin because this thickness, the layer of skin that you're supposed to actually deposit the ink in is different all around the body.
Okay.
Like compared to the wrist and my chest, two different thicknesses.
Right. Yeah. Because it's a lot more here rather than here.
Like how much I'll put the needle in somebody's wrist compared to their chest or their thigh is way different.
So does that explain why certain places where you get tattoos hurt more than less?
Not necessarily, but kind of. So
Okay.
thinner skin, anyone with eczema and like bone or joints, that shit is gonna hurt. Or
Mm.
like tender areas, like sensitive areas, like armpits and neck and like the back of your joints.
Yeah.
So like the inside of your bicep or the back of your knee,
Mm-hmm.
those places are fucking hurt. Hell yeah.
Okay. I heard somebody say that the stomach
Oh
hurts
yeah,
as well
stomach.
too.
Yeah, the stomach hurts. But another thing is that people don't know that most of the pain from in certain areas comes from like your body just doing its thing. Like so, like when I got my neck done, like that shit hurt from being in like a weird position, like stretching my neck out and just being there for so long. And then the stomach that'll hurt because you're constantly tensing up, and that shit feels like a fucking ab workout. You know what I'm
Word.
saying?
Okay.
So
Okay.
that, and then like it's easier with your arms and your legs because you're not really tensing up. Those are comfortable areas. You get a little bruise on your arm, that shit is cool, but
You could
you
dust
get a
that off.
yeah, you get a bruise on your fucking elbow, that shit is going to hurt because you're
Hurt.
constantly, you know what I'm saying? It's just
That's
kind of
true.
one of those
It's
things.
like a joint movement thing.
Yeah,
Dang, that's another cool piece of information because I didn't think about it like that.
yeah.
Is there any other tips that you would want to like put out there for like beginners and like people that are even in they craft that probably just not never thought about something?
I say for tattoo artists, and you starting out, trust the stencil. That's one thing I used to not do. Like I used to think I was smarter than the stencil.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If you take the time to actually, draw your stencils by hand and from beginning to end, you know what I'm saying? Trust the stencil because That's where I fucked up a lot because I wouldn't trust the stencil and I would just make my own lines because it would look weird at first and I would just be like, nah, it's supposed to be this way. And then when I look back at it, it's fucked up. I should have
Right.
just trusted the stencil.
Right.
Trust the stencil. Trust yourself too. That's very important because if you don't have the confidence or if you don't look like you don't have the confidence, the tattoo is gonna be dog shit. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that helped me really like do good work, other than like the threats of getting fucked up by people and shit,
Right.
it was like I wanted them to think that they was gonna get a tattoo, whether I was gonna do ass or do great. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If they think that I'm gonna do a fire ass tat, I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Because number one, that puts me in a comfortable space to work, rather than having somebody that's nervous or they don't really trust me. I try my hardest to make the tattoo session like as comfortable as possible. I want them to trust me. I want them to feel like they're in good hands. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if they feel like they're in good hands, then I could work to the best of my ability.
How hard was that to actually like learn when you're actually doing it though? Because I know it's one thing to tell yourself like but like actually living that as like you're doing it. How hard was that?
Hard as fuck, bro. Because I have shaky hands. Like I don't know why. I just can't stop moving. Like just that's just me.
Yeah.
So like I should have never even became a tattoo artist because like my hands really like shake a lot. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? But like I had to get over that because when I decided like tattooing is what I wanted to do, I just what I'm saying, I just tried to keep my hand as still as possible. Now like I'm good now. Like I don't have the shakes while I tattoo. Like and
Right.
if I do, it's like very minimal and I can control it.
Yeah.
To a
Do you
certain
think
point.
that came with you just being more confident in the work that you do?
Absolutely, yeah. It was just like time, repeating the same motions, repeating the same movements, and just like as well as confidence, 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 confidence. Like I can't preach that more than I already have. Like that's really the first step. If you want to be good or you want to get better, you gotta have some confidence in yourself. Whether the piece you chose to do is hard or you don't even know how to do it, you gotta think that you can do it.
Yeah.
Because if you don't think, it's like driving a car with no destination. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right. You're just gonna keep going.
exactly.
Yeah. Nah, that's facts. That's how I feel about this too. Like, before I used to kind of be uncomfortable talking to people, like in like let's say big crowds and stuff like that. But like I kind of just like got over it for real because I'm like, in life, like you have to be able to like reach out to people, talk to people, be comfortable with people to get some of the things that you want. Because if you don't talk to nobody, you won't be able to get anything.
Absolutely.
So this right here helps me just be more comfortable talking with people, helps me understand people, helps me how to have like better conversations with people and be very conversational. But it took me to get out of my comfort zone to really figure that out and really do it for real, for real. So I get what you're saying. Like it's really a lot.
Yeah, I come from an athletic background, so like I was always good with like having a fake mentality or like having like fake confidence.
Mhm.
So I was always good with kind of like faking my mind out into being someone I'm not,
Yeah,
or like being comfortable with being uncomfortable.
comfortable. Yeah, that's one of my that's one of my favorite things. Like through life, is a bunch of uncomfortable like situations that like you have to,
You gotta be comfortable with being uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah,
very comfortable with that.
right.
Like I feel like personally I work better under pressure, like with anything in life. You know what I'm saying? Like deadlines or tattooing. Like I work better under pressure.
Yeah, I feel like that too. Cause I already take the work serious, but like I'm more zoned in now.
Yeah, like if I have a reason or some type of consequence behind me not doing something, I'll do it more than like me not having nothing, no consequence to it. But that's also bad too, you know. You want to do something, you got to do it no matter what, whether there's a consequence behind it or not,
Nah, yeah.
because that's just discipline at the end of the day.
Yeah, not facts. And that's the one thing that I did learn about like this whole thing and just like life. Like life is just full of like you just being very disciplined and structured and just knowing what you want to do. So you can't be deterred from what you're trying to do. Nothing can like change your mindset up, nothing will ever just do anything because like, all right, like when you wake up every day, you're like, all right, bet I have to work out, do tattoos, like think about other plans. Like you make that a priority for yourself every day.
Absolutely.
And people don't understand how much like it takes to be able to build yourself up like how you did and make this a priority. You got so many other priorities that you have to worry about, but you manage it and make it work. Like,
Hell
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I got to, cause if not me, then who? You know what I'm saying? Like, who gonna take care of my family? Who gonna make sure they right? You know what I'm
right.
saying? I got other siblings, but you know what I'm saying. I'm in the best position to,
Make something happen.
yeah,
Yeah, not facts, facts. And people don't think about it like that. People just think about it like, like, oh well, things might happen, but you're actually taking the initiative to really go outside and make sure, at least like if it doesn't happen, you're like, all right, well, I just got to keep on trying for me to get to where I need to be.
yeah. Nah, like I don't know. My motivation is like I'm tired. Like I hate being average. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be normal. I don't want a 9 to 5 job. I don't want my kids to have no 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? I want to be rich. I want to make sure my family's straight. Like they want to do whatever they want whenever they want. You know what I'm saying? I want to bring that to the table. I want to make that move, that generational cycle of motherfuckers just working, getting up every day and the same income. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I want to change that.
Not facts, and that's how like it really happens. Like it starts with one person, like
One person
legit one
change the whole
person,
bloodline.
change the whole thing. Yo, you just got to be serious about what you do. We don't see, or we see it, but more so like sometimes in people families you don't see that. Like you don't see a person's like, all right, well, like let me do something a little bit different to make a difference for anybody else that comes. It could be your little brother, little sister. You know what I'm saying? Most people don't think about that, and it messes people up because imagine if, right, you got little brothers and sisters, right? Okay, cool. So it's like imagine if you never tried, they would never think to try because nobody else tried before that.
Right.
And it just, like you said, generational it just keeps going and going and going. And if you really want something out of life, and you don't want to, like, you wake up and do everything that you like to do every day. You don't
Not
want to wake up,
necessarily. I do a lot of shit every day that I don't like to do.
but it coincides with one thing that makes one thing go on.
Right.
you know and people don't understand that, like you said, you do a bunch of things that you honestly don't want to do, but it makes one thing work for you to get that result of you creating generational wealth. Like, you know what I'm saying? More into the conversation though, I want to ask you about like more so of your starting the beginnings of like clientele and actually like building a business up. We were just talking about how like it's hard to build yourself up, but like what were some of the steps that you actually first took to like get into the business mindset and to actually start being able to attract clients?
Well, one thing that sets me apart from everybody else, you know what I'm saying, is my urge to be different. My strong ambition and drive to just be so different. Like I try so hard to not be like the crowd, you know what I'm saying? So I knew that there's a lot of tattoo artists and the tattoo industry is like a big thing. It's a big community. So if I wanted to be if I wanted to really go somewhere with this tattoo shit, I had to be different. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So my persona on social media got to be different. The way I attack got to be different. The way I speak got to be different. The way I walk got to be different. Everything got to be different. You know what I'm saying? I gotta steal people from that are. I gotta steal clients that are already getting tattooed by great artists just off the strength of me being different. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
there's plenty of grocery stores or arcades or malls, but people go to specific ones for different reasons because they're different. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I had to figure that out. What can I do to be different to make this person who's going to somebody who's way better than me to come fuck with me? You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I'm not even that good
Right.
at the time. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
number one, it started off with the name. If I wanted to be different and I wanted to get attraction, my name had to be different. I didn't want my name to be something with tattoos or ink or you know what I'm saying? Everybody has that shit. You
Yeah.
look up somebody Instagram, tattoos, blah 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 blah, or ink with
Inkabot.
blah
Yeah.
blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? Like trends, like followers. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
a follower. I've always been a leader. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never follow nobody.
Right.
So I already knew off the rip if I wanted to start, it had to start with the name, and my name had to be different. So I came up with Famous Yatts because growing up, like, the Finster era, my Finster name was like Famous J.
Mm-hmm.
So then I started doing tattoos and shit. And growing up in high school, we had this little friend group called Dingaroot Schlongakis, right? Funny ass name, Dingaroot Schlongakis. And we had this language, mind you. We grew up together, you know what I'm saying, since like 6th grade.
Yeah.
And we ended up making up this language. So when we speak around people, we don't really want them to know what they saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We would change words around. So ended up changing like Famous Tats to Famous Yatts.
Right.
Because that's
Okay.
part of the language. You know what I'm saying? Just
Right.
a little insight. But that came from like my friend group. No bullshit.
Word.
Yeah. So I came up with Famous Yatts. And then eventually, like, I ain't want to be the Tat Man, you know? And then I came up with the Yatt Man. And like when people be like, yo, that's the Tat Man, I be telling them like, no, like I'm the Yatt man, bro. Like it's different. I ain't no Tat Man. I don't do tattoos. I do Yatts. I do Yattoos.
Right. That's different though.
That shit even different on my aftercare card. No bullshit. That shit say Yattoo aftercare guide.
Word.
No bullshit.
Oh
That's
shit.
serious.
That's what's up though. And that is like a key piece to people being like distinctive to what you do, like your name, like
Absolutely. Cause like my thing is when a motherfucker look me up,
Mhm.
I don't want them to see nobody else but me. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So when they look up FAYMUSYATTS, they ain't gonna see no other tattoo artist. They just
Mhm.
gonna see me.
Right.
Compared to you see Ink, right? If my name was Ink by
Wow.
Jazz, you gonna see hella motherfuckers, and then you might see somebody shit like, oh my god, his work fire or his profile pic. Let me see him first real quick. Or you might be trying to search me up, you accidentally click somebody else shit, and somebody now you attracted to their shit.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying?
You got to make it to where like if they coming for you,
you know
they
what I'm saying?
you the only one. Like.
I'm like that dead end on like a forest road
Right.
compared to everybody else in the city.
Right on the
Everything on the
main
same
street.
corner, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm different. You gotta go out the way to find me.
Yeah, nah, facts. And the only way you can find me is from the people that did come to me and bought my work.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But as far as starting up and getting clients and stuff, that really just stemmed from, just promotion, learning how to promote myself, marketing, word of mouth, tattooing friends, family.
Mm-hmm.
That's really where that shit all started. But I really started getting a lot of clients when I started getting into promoting and marketing. Like doing like flyers and deals and shit.
Business cards and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's funny as hell. When I was driving here, right, and this is a little bit what we was talking about like a few minutes before. I seen like I think it's like 2 tattoo shops like down the street, and I was like, yo, like what made in my head I was like, dang, that's like crazy. Like what makes people not want to go to those 2 down the street and then come to you? But it's because like you got your own style,
exactly.
You got your own way that you do stuff, and you are you. Like
people been tattooing longer than me, but they just fuck with me. They fuck with what I bring because I don't look at myself as just a tattoo artist. You know what I'm saying? Like I try to make the experience when you come get tatted by me as unique as possible. Like motherfuckers like get in the chair and just tattoo you, and like
that be it.
Yeah, like I try my hardest to make people comfortable, especially women. You know what I'm saying? Because women they fuck you over bad. You know what I'm saying? You fuck around, go to jail behind that shit.
Nah, facts. So
I try to be very professional in the shop. And try to make them as comfortable as possible. As far as like pillows, comfortability, the way they sit, the way they getting tatted. You know what I'm saying? I'm always checking in, like, you good? Like, you all right?
Yeah. Nah, that's good though. Most people really just be there for the money, and I don't want to say they don't have a passion. They probably do, but you just a client. Like, yo, sit here, I'm gonna do the tattoo, and you gone. Like,
this is where I really started getting good when I stopped giving a fuck about the money. You know what I'm saying? I started giving a fuck more about the art than the money. You know what I'm saying? I did this fire ass piece for like $300. Shit, if you go on my page, shit look like a $600-$800 piece. You would never know the dude paid me like $300.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of pieces like that on my page, but that's the illusion. You know what I'm saying? The artwork is amazing, and the money I'm getting, like, it's calm. But if I do a $300 arm sleeve, right? Shit look like it's $1,000, and people see that. I'm gonna get $1,000 clients. Like, oh, like how much is it? All right, cool. I'm cool with that.
They willing to pay that.
All that stemmed from a $200, $300 arm sleeve.
Right, and good marketing.
Great marketing.
Yeah, facts, facts,
So you
facts.
can, if you really want to grow, right, as a tattoo artist, and somebody come in and they got $200, right? Don't give them a $200 tattoo.
Right.
And this one shop owner, he fucked me up with this. He was telling me, he was like, if you want to get better and people come in with money, they got 500, don't give them a $500 tattoo. Give them a $2,000 tattoo.
Tattoo.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And I was like, what the fuck? Why? Like, why would I do that? You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And then that's when I really started pushing myself because I noticed starting up with tattoos, I would give people exactly what they gave me. You know what I'm saying? And I stayed in the same place for a little while. You know, I was always, getting better,
Yeah.
but the gap, the skill gap recently in the last few months is crazy because I changed my mindset. I'm all about the art. That's what I was saying. Back to what I was saying before. Like if a motherfucker run out of here with fresh tattoo, it didn't pay me. Like fuck it. Like it's cool. Like I did the work. I got better.
Right.
The money. Fuck the money. You know what I'm saying? I'm good with money anyway.
The money gonna come back for real. That's definitely true though. Like I've got better in just life when I stopped worrying about like the monetary side about it, and I started really just like living life like very genuinely and like not, I don't want to say freely, but freely. Having an open mind to stuff, being around like a bunch of different crowds of people, um, really talking to people and like understanding like people. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's one of the things that people aren't able to do to be able to advance their life because they only know what they're around and they only know what they know. And if they just open up their mind a little bit, really just listen. You know what I'm saying? Just listen a little bit. Like your mindset will evolve like to different like levels.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
You can't get stuck in that cycle of you only who you are by the people you're around. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I was around a lot of hood shit, a lot of street niggas. You know what I'm saying? And look where I'm at,
Right. Yeah. Making a difference out here.
making a difference. Exactly.
Not facts, bro. And people need to realize that right there. Like, just because you're from a certain area, be around certain people, it doesn't hold you from becoming a better person.
I never let my environment define who I am. A lot of people,
Let that. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
But it's
My
I understand.
environment made me who I am. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't necessarily like set it in stone.
Yeah.
Like grew up around it, gang bangers and stuff like that. I'm not. I don't gang bang.
Right.
I ain't
Yeah.
in the streets. You
I
know
do
what
my
I'm
own
saying?
thing.
But I
Like.
stand on business. But that's besides the point.
Mm-hmm. Not facts. And people think that you have to, have these backings or whatever to be somebody. And it's like you strip all that away and you like tell that person to be like, yo, tell me about yourself. And they don't really have much to themselves that they could lead with. That's why they take that other stuff to try to like push that through because it actually really means something to them when it shouldn't. It really holds you back. It keeps you where you at. It keeps you not wanting to like expand your mind, your money, like even you just like knowing what's in another town. Just like you, like you're in another town that's an hour away from me. I wouldn't have known that if I didn't go outside, do stuff with people, and like just network. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
People miss that part. Like that part is very, very like vital. Like it's a difference between doing what you're doing and becoming a pillar in your area rather than doing what you're doing in your area and just traveling and doing it. So if you give out food to different communities in different states, you're going to see a way bigger impact if you do it in New Jersey, than California, Africa, Connecticut. Like you're making more of an impact rather than just doing it in your area. And there's nothing wrong if you could only do it in your area, but that just takes you to get outside more, get some more resources, and figure out
Limited.
where stop being limited to yourself and just got the world ahead of you. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So like the style and culture of like the tattoo world, you being in Jersey, what's some of the styles? Well, explain first. What are some of the styles to tattooing? What's some of the different arts that you can like? If you're a tattoo artist and you say like this is my style of tattoo, what's some of the different styles?
A very general style is black and gray, line work, fine line, color, and then you got the sub styles which kind of like lean towards like those same styles I just said. So like you got black and gray, then you got black and gray realism, uh, black and gray,
Mm-hmm.
traditional tattoos like tribal and shit.
Yeah.
And then you got black and gray like actual traditional. So that's like the thick bold outline, and then you got realism and then color realism. It's a bunch of sub styles in
Yeah.
those same styles.
So like one person that you well explain one person that you probably like looked up to tattooing, and how did you learn from that person's style to get to where you are at now?
Well, when I first started, before I first started tatting, I used to get a lot of tattoos. Like with my first job, like every check was going to a tattoo, and I noticed myself asking a lot of questions, like, "Yo, like, what are you using? Like, why do you use that and not different ones?" You know what I'm saying? And that's where I really kind of got the interest into tattooing. Not necessarily wanting a tattoo, but I was interested. Like, as a guy's tatting me, his name is Puppet Tattoos. He did my first tat. Fire dude. I looked up to him when I wanted to tattoo because he was like well known around my area, New Brunswick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fire artist, fire artist.
Shout out to him.
Hell yeah. But I say like I kind of looked up to him because like just the work he did and how like well known he was. Mind you, he's not a traditional tattoo artist. Like he's Mexican. Like when I tell you, like this motherfucker tatting out of house. Like the way it is, it's on the street. If you know Puppet Tattoos, you know this nigga tattoos on like this main road. It's called George's Road, right?
Okay.
And then it looked like a house. When you go in, it's a fucking tattoo shop, big as hell, big as hell.
So
And
he
it's
turned the house into a tattoo shop.
yeah,
Dang.
and it's only him. It's
Oh
only him.
shit.
And that's why that's when I knew like he's different. Like why do people fuck with him so much rather than a motherfucker in the shop that's fire or doing the same amount of skill level work?
Right.
He's him. You know what I'm saying? He's him.
That's crazy though, because there's a lot of like low key, like like some people would rather go to like the people in the shops, but low key, there's a lot of people that do like work out of their house that are like super fire, like
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
people came to me like people come from tattoo shops and think like they're gonna get the best tattoo because they're at a tattoo shop. No, they're fucking terrible people that work in tattoo
Mhm.
shops. You know what I'm saying? If not anything, you're better off going to someone, as long as their work is, decent and nice enough. If you look at their Instagram page,
Right.
you're better off going to someone who's in the house compared to a shop because the shop is really like luck of the draw. Unless you go into a super official tattoo shop, but most people not doing that because those people they charging $200-$300 an hour.
Yeah,
You know
not
what I'm
facts,
saying?
facts,
And a lot of
facts.
that's not in a lot of people's budget, which is okay. But if you go into someone who in their house doing the same type of quality work, you're better off going to the person in the house.
Yeah, that's true. And explain, because you just said per hour. Now explain to people how that some people do like a flat rate. Like, all right, you come, you could get a size tattoo like this, and this. Or some people that really do like, yo, like it's $100 per hour, whatever you get it. Explain that to people.
I personally charge by the piece, you know what I'm saying? Because I know, like, I don't know. I just like to charge by the piece because a lot of people don't feel comfortable just not knowing how much they're gonna pay or not knowing like how do I explain it? I don't really know how to explain it. But yeah, people either charge by the piece or they charge by the hour. And my personal hourly rate is 150 an hour, but I don't really charge that. You know what I'm saying? It's very rare where I'll charge a client, 150 an hour. It depends on the piece. Like if I don't know how long it'll take or if it's something new or a
You'll
new
do
style,
hourly.
yeah, I'll do an hourly rate. But I typically tell them to just book a full day session, which is 800.
Right, yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
So it negates you having to do all that other
Yeah,
stuff.
so if they wanted to more hours after, a set time, because let's say you book a tap out or a full day session from 12, right? And the full day is 6 to 8 hours.
Right.
So let's say you tap out at like 6 hours is the minimum. Like I'll convince you like, nah, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm one of those artists. Most people let you pay them fucking $800. You tap out an hour in. Like, nah, I'm gonna tell you like, bro, nah, we gotta at least 6 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Let's at least get most of it done.
Yeah, hell yeah. I don't want to fuck people over for their money or like want to cheat them out their bread.
Right.
That's just me. A lot of people do that though. But damn, I lost my train of thought.
No, it's okay. We was basically talking about the different cultures, about like the price ranges of
Yeah,
being
price ranges.
hourly.
Like more established tattoo artists, like the goal is to charge hourly. Because when you charge hourly, you'll make the most amount of money, and you'll never worry about getting shorted. And when you charge by the piece, you deal with that, you know, that feeling of getting shorted sometimes for the work.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, to be honest, as long as I'm making like $200 a day, I don't give a fuck.
Fuck yeah.
$200 a day, that's a regular job, bare minimum.
Right. Yeah.
So that's how I look at it. If I'm making
To be
$200
honest.
a day minimum, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. You cool with that?
Yeah, I'm cool.
That's good because sometimes shit, most people don't even. Man, there's a lot of people that don't even make close to that. Like, especially with like a regular job with taxes and stuff. That $200 chopped down. Well, some people probably make $100 on the day, so they probably making at least like 50, 60, maybe 65 after they take their little tax on the day. Yo, like that's great making 200 on the day.
I cannot tattoo for 2 weeks and get $1,000 piece and be good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I love it though. I love the breaks. I love the slow season, the fast season. I take all of that and I appreciate it because I wouldn't be here, without God for real, like God in me
Mm-hmm.
and just being there for me at times I'm down and times I'm up.
Right. Nah, that's facts, bro. I thank God every day for everything that I'm doing, and I thank myself too, because I'm like, man, if you don't have it in yourself, He won't grant you anything to keep going, because you're not pushing yourself to be able to see it if you can do it. You know what I'm saying?
I actually used to be a non-believer, like a heavy atheist too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never. This is what I would say. I just didn't believe how it was portrayed. Like some of the things that they said to us, how they made certain things seem, but that takes you learn it yourself so you have your own understanding of it. So you're not listening to what people are saying.
Yeah, it more so like what really opened my eyes was when I really was down on my ass and it was just like, all right, well let me try it out. You know what I'm saying? Let me try praying, let me try speaking. And then like shit really just started getting better, you know what I'm saying? Started believing and then I started noticing a lot of shit I would notice like growing up or just in general, it shit makes sense. Like we was talking about blessing in disguise. You know what I'm saying? Bro, y'all don't even know. Yesterday, we recorded
whole podcast,
whole hour and 40 minutes. Y'all wouldn't even know. You know what I'm saying? Whole hour and 40 minutes. And the fucking camera shut off at like 20 minutes in.
Yo, we were sitting here talking for an hour and 40 minutes. Only got 20 minutes.
Great conversation, you know what I'm saying? Great conversation. And bro was like, stressing. I'm like, don't even worry about it, bro. Like, look at it as a blessing in disguise. And he ain't even know it. Whole time, right? He like, yo, I gotta get a camera, because he was recording on his phone, right? So boom, some time go by. He talking about, yeah, like I'm gonna get a new camera by today. So boom, he ended up meeting my dad. My dad sold him this camera that y'all seeing us on right now, and he'd have never got this opportunity to get this specific camera.
Camera never shut off. So
you know what I'm saying,
I want to appreciate you, like,
locked in.
Yeah, you helped make this happen for real. He called me. He was like, yo, bro. He was like, did you buy a camera? I'm like, nah. He was like, yo, my dad got a camera. Like, you want it? I'm like, what type of camera is it? He told me. I'm like, yo, send me some pictures. Send me the thing. I was like, you know what? I said, hell yeah. Yo, by the time I got off the phone, I was on my way to go get it.
It's actually wild because, right, it's a Sunday. I usually don't do nothing on Sundays. It's my off day. So I went to go see my dad, you know what I'm saying? And the area my dad live in just so happened to be 15 minutes from where he at.
Right.
So it worked out perfectly well because bro came an hour to meet where we at right now, Linden, New Jersey, and he lives where he lives. And when I went to my dad's, he happens to live so close by, so it just worked perfectly fine.
Yeah, and that's what I'll be telling people too. Like, a lot of people that know me, like, man, when I need to get stuff done, I just like to get it done, like, and I like to get it done in a good fashion. So that's why I was glad that, like, not glad, but I'm happy that happened that way, because it's like, yo, we just did a whole hour and 40-minute podcast. It didn't work, right? And on that episode, we were talking about a lot of the things that just naturally happened. That was one of them.
Blessing in disguise, man. Like I try not to see bad shit as, just bad.
Bad.
You know what I'm saying? Some shit is meant to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of shit that happened to me, I wouldn't be where I'm at if that bad shit didn't happen. You know what I'm saying?
Not facts. Yeah,
No
and that's
bullshit.
why I appreciate the good, the bad, the ugly, because it got me where I am. Like it helps me be able to understand all points. Like I don't just understand all the good things that happen to me. I understand the opposite of that, the flip side of that, the flip side of that other part,
Hell yeah.
because that's what all makes it really like make sense. Like
I really believe that if I wasn't kicked out from where I was living like 4 months ago, bro, my work wouldn't be where it's at. I wouldn't have that brand new car, and I wouldn't have a crib by myself because I would be, I was comfortable, and that's one thing I say to y'all, like, don't ever get comfortable with being too comfortable because I was way too comfortable. I wasn't putting work in my business. I wasn't putting work into my family and my life. I was just comfortable. I would tattoo, immediately go home and get on the game. You know what I'm saying? I was just on some super lazy shit. And it's,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I was dealing with a lot of mental stuff and just a lot of other shit going on, but that shit is not an excuse. So when I got pushed into that, dark state of mind and that urge to just, all right, I gotta fucking get it together. It's either sink or swim.
yeah,
No
nah,
bullshit. If
nah,
I didn't
no
have
bullshit.
that happen to me when it happened, I wouldn't be where I'm at.
Right,
And
nah,
I appreciate it. And if I could relive it, I would want it to happen the same exact
no
way.
way. Yeah, man. Yeah,
You know what
people
I'm
don't
saying?
understand stuff like that. Like you went through it, figured it out, and now you know how to just manage a little bit better.
And there's a lot of feelings behind, you know what I'm saying, where I was coming from. A lot of shit I had to leave behind that hurt. But that shit had to happen for me to excel in my personal life. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah,
at the end of the day, all the love you got for your family, your friends, your loved ones, all of that, like it's your life at the end of the day. Nobody's gonna make you rich. Nobody's gonna, get you that lottery ticket. Nobody's gonna get you where you want to be in life. Only you, you know what I'm saying? And God.
Nah, it's facts,
Only
bro.
you and God. And
Yeah.
he does these things to put you in those places. Because I feel like that happened because I got too comfortable. He showed me like who I really am. And it's crazy because who I used to be before I got kicked out or where I was at, I used to be very dedicated, like exactly who I am now. I used to be that person before, but then I got comfortable, I got complacent, I got content with how I was living. I was satisfied. And then God showed me like, nah, you
Gotta
gotta
get
keep
up.
grinding.
Yeah.
Keep grinding.
Nah, facts. That's why I go hard every day. Like, if I'm not doing a podcast, I'm meeting up with people, telling them about my podcast, talking to them, just meeting people like all the time, like because I never know how a person can help me out, or how a person can give me direction in doing better, whatever I'm doing. It could be finances, it's podcasts, just life in general. Like you just never know what type of information like people hold for real.
Absolutely. Information is priceless.
Yeah, for real. That's why the people that are like really rich, they zone in with people that they actually are really locked in with and keep the information to themselves. Because if everybody knew some of this information, it wouldn't work like how it is. It wouldn't be as effective. Just like if just like
If you find diamonds on the floor, they wouldn't be worth what they were.
come on, man. Think about every 5 steps we take outside, there's a diamond. That jewelry store down the street wouldn't even be open. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what people need to like. That's what people need to like make sense of. If you're going to do something, make sure this is something that I don't want to say nobody can take from you, but nobody can do it like how you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? Just like the analogy that we were given about like Kobe, LeBron, and everybody. Like, yo, Kobe might have got his like fade away from Jordan, but when we take a paper ball and we throw that shit in the garbage can, we don't say Jordan, we say Kobe. You know what I'm saying? That's because Kobe built his stuff up to the point to where like it don't even matter if he learned from him. That's what you're supposed to do, but he's doing it his own way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, so what was some of like your biggest challenges you feel like you faced, like on your whole journey of just being a tattoo artist?
Biggest challenge?
Mm-hmm. Some of them. I'll ask from the business side. Give me one from the business side and your personal side. So it could be you managing your work life balance, and then talking about the other side of it. Just
Well, it was the work life balance was always good. You know what I'm saying? Because I tattoo whenever. You know what I'm saying? Or whenever somebody books. And I'm like growing up into going into my career, I wasn't really booked out, for weeks at a time. But
yeah.
I say like when I got to college and I was tattooing, it got really hard because I was waking up, going to class, working out, you know what I'm saying, tattooing,
Mm-hmm.
and like whole time like I'm a wrestler, so I had to lose weight, deal
Yeah.
with, starving and still trying to put out good work and trying to pass in class. So that shit was a lot.
What school did you go to?
I went to NJCU.
Word. My boy used to go there. He graduated from there.
Yeah, that shit was hard, bro. Trying to like
Yeah.
juggle all of those things and I noticed that like that was the moment I knew like I had to pick.
Mm-hmm.
I really had to pick like what I wanted to do. Did I want to do school? Did I want to wrestle? Did I want to tap?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that was a hard decision, like juggling in my head like for years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because wrestling is a tough fucking sport, bro.
Yeah. It takes a lot of intensity.
A lot of mental toughness. Like I wouldn't be the person I am today like without wrestling. Like that shit teaches you so much more than just on the mat competing. Like
Yeah.
it teaches you how to be resilient, how to be committed to things, how to do things you don't want to every fucking day.
Yup.
Every fucking day, bro. Like waking up, going on runs, doing extra work,
Watching
losing.
what you eat, make it
That-
staying at a certain weight placement.
See, the thing is about wrestling, like I was good with like doing all of that,
Mhm.
I was good with my weight cuts. The biggest weight cut I ever had in a week was like 12, 13 pounds in a week. Cause look, it's typically after like Thanksgiving. If you ask any wrestler, the most weight they'll cut is typically before like the big tournament or after like Christmas break or Thanksgiving break.
Cause you eating a lot.
Yeah, you eating a lot. You have a break, you know what I'm saying? You typically have off practice. Most people they still work out and shit, but like
Right. But it's not the
the
high
not,
intensity
not,
workout.
Yeah, like it's on your time and that's if you want to do it.
Right.
But yeah, bro, I came back. I wrestled at 165. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So I came back from break, fucking like 183. I stepped on the scale. I'm like, fuck. All my
Yeah.
teammates looking at me like, you know what I'm saying? And I was like one of the better guys on the team. So they looking at me like, oh man, like, but weight cut was never really a problem because I saw it as like, I'm a guy who deals with his consequences. Like, you know what I'm saying? Anything I do, calculated.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not calculated, I'm okay with dealing with whatever comes behind it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I looked at it as, all right, well, I got myself in this and I gotta get myself out.
Out.
No questions, no bitching. It's this.
Is
Or
what it
or I'm
is.
not gonna wrestle or I fuck around and get kicked off the team. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
Right.
I gotta be committed to my team and committed to the promise of being there. And by being there, you gotta make the weight.
Right. Yeah.
So
Not
ended
facts.
up making it, no problem. I didn't feel like shit or nothing. Like just dealt with it. And I was always a hard worker, so that shit would come off. I'm losing like 4 to 6 pounds of practice a day, even.
So was you eating way less, or how was you?
I manage my portions, and so if you want to lose weight, you eat immediately as you wake up because you want to break your fast. Get your body starting to break down those foods, getting it ready. You basically warming up the car when you wake up. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's cold, you don't just hop in your car and leave. You know what I'm saying? You fuck up the car long term.
Yep.
It's exactly like it's the same with your body.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Not facts.
So you wake up, warm up the car, and then you work out, eat a little bit. It's important to eat when you lose weight. People got that fucked up. It's very important. You gotta eat. You gotta get your energy.
Gotta replenish
and hydrate. I cut out juice. Nah, I lied. I cut out soda.
Yeah.
I don't even drink soda now.
I
It's
feel
just crazy.
that.
I cut
Yeah.
out soda. So I cut out soda, any type of like non-healthy foods. So like I was eating a lot of rice and chicken. That was my shit. Rice and chicken, that shit, I would tell them like half portion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
and
facts.
Wrestling put me in a different mindset, like a fucking animal. Like when I was cutting, bro, I didn't want to talk to no bitches. I didn't want to talk to no
Super
homies.
locked in. Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro. Because it's just like you're fucking angry all the time. If you're not angry, you're just easily irritated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn, that's crazy though. That's the same with me, like how you were saying, like cutting out a lot of stuff. Me being plant based, I cut out so much stuff. Like I don't drink soda. I drink like seltzer and like what is it called? Lollipop. They like plant not plant based sodas, but cleaner sodas and stuff like that. Just eating 100% clean, that takes a lot of like dedication because like most of the spots that I eat at, like when I leave here, it's this spot that's down the street I'm gonna try. But every day I have to go outside of my area, probably like 30 minutes to an hour away, just to eat something nutritional for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It costs a lot. It takes a lot of time, and it's just a lot of discipline because I could just wake up and be like, you know what? I don't feel like driving 40 minutes today. I'm about to just go to Chick-fil-A. Good thing I'm learning how to cook a little bit more too, but yeah, like it's very hard. So like that's why when I be talking to people and they be like, "Yo, like how do you do it?" and they don't understand, is because they never took themselves to a certain standpoint in life to be able to like be that disciplined about just their own life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck the eating and all that, but like being worried about something that you actually like to do. Most people haven't did it, so a person wouldn't do it for their health. So
Yeah, I'm trying to take my diet in a little serious. I'm trying to gain weight.
yeah,
Trying to be like 180, really trying to be like 190.
I feel that.
I'm probably like, I got on a scale today, I'm like 176.
Yeah, I'm like 195 right now. For me, I eat a lot of like beans, um, avocados, um, just a lot of stuff like that. And I kind of did too much. Like I gained mad weight in like a good like 3 weeks. It's because I was just eating a lot of like high, like you feel me, like things that are just like healthy fats, like you know. So I'm about to do like a probably like a 14-day juice cleanse or like 30-day and cut some of the weight down and eat certain stuff. But it just shows you about like how more people will like think that like working out is like the main thing that you need to do, and it's part of it, but you really do need to just watch what you put in your body.
The energy,
Yeah,
the
you know.
gas. You have a Lamborghini, but if you're putting regular in that shit, you ain't going nowhere.
That shit gonna yeah,
You
it's
ain't
gonna
going
stop.
nowhere.
Word up. Gotta put 93 in that motherfucker.
Hell yeah.
What's some of your things that you feel like you want to do like going forward? Like what do you see your tattooing in 5 years from now? Even a year from now?
I say in a year from now, I want to open up my own little spot. I want to do like a beauty bar. I want to have tattoo artists and cosmetics in there. So like nails, lashes, shit that women buy. Cause women are spend they fucking last. You know what I'm saying? So the women having a woman business is gonna bring me consistent money. You know what I'm saying? Tattooing is very inconsistent in its slow seasons, and typically every tattoo artist experiences it around the same time. You know what I'm saying? So if I did all tattoo artists, then we all gonna make money at the around the same time.
Right.
And we all, might be stepping on each other's toes.
Toes.
Probably not, but the chance. You know
I get
what
what you're saying.
With the women though, they gonna make their money and they gonna eat every day. And I don't, you know what I'm saying? Those not my clients, but my clients could fuck with them and they clients could fuck with me. And it's all new clients compared to tattooing. Like if I take your client and you do tattoos, you ain't getting no money from that guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I take their client, they gonna spend some money on me and they gonna spend money on them.
Right. That is definitely true.
Fuck around be the same day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, word up. You never know. So how do you feel like it looks like in 10 years per se? Like would it be you managing everything, or would it be you like freelancing, going around and just doing like, tattoos for like 10,000 here, a couple thousand here, you know what I'm saying? More of a freelance type thing.
10 years, ultimate goal. That's when I feel like I'll reach my top goal. I want to be in a penthouse tattooing from home. You know what I'm saying? Waking up and tattooing is the best feeling. That was like when I was tattooing in the college dorm, that was amazing. Like to wake up and just tattoo and then go back to doing what the fuck I was doing. Like that shit is so easy. Everything in the same place, just a walk.
Right.
Compared to now, I got to drive to my shop, which is cool, but I'd rather just wake up and tattoo.
Yeah, it'd be all in the same vicinity as you. Yeah. A lot less. You probably take 5 steps that way, 5 steps that way.
Yeah,
Take a
but-
little rolly chair over there.
So I really used to roll my chair all the way up to my room. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like other stuff, I want to open up, 3 to 5 shops around the country.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And have them shits run on autopilot, with my brand on it.
Right. What areas would you think about putting them?
I really don't know, but definitely high density like population. So one in New York. I fuck with Jersey, but Jersey just don't got the Jersey don't really have that tattoo culture for real. You know what I'm saying? Not
Yeah.
compared to other places like New York. I definitely big money maker. Atlanta,
Hell yeah.
motherfucking Texas, Cali.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And these is high like very competitive places, but you know what I'm saying? The strong gonna eat.
Yeah, not facts. Strong always
You know what I'm
survives.
saying? So that shit ain't never steer me away.
Right.
The strong gonna eat. And if I don't eat, then I wasn't meant.
To do it. Yeah, not
wasn't
facts.
meant. It wasn't
Yo,
meant for
that's
me.
how I'll be thinking for real. Like, if I was like if I was doing this right, and like nobody started to like want to be on here and stuff like that, I honestly would have stopped because I'm like, all right, this is just not it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'll just stay on like the advertisement side. But I'm glad that it's actually working. People hit me up, people inquire, because it's like, I don't know. It might be a kid watching this that might be like, yo, I might want to do a podcast or thinking about it. I want this to be able to give that kid the confidence to be able to say that they could do it. And also for the people that he might be interviewing, yo, this is what you have to do to get yourself out there a little bit more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just so people could know what you do, know a little bit about your personality, you know what I'm saying? So they don't just look at your, like you got, we'll say like 15,000 followers on Instagram, and they don't treat you like how your followers are. Like, people just see like 100,000 and be like, yo, I got to treat this person a certain way. Nah, like this is a regular person. He wants to be treated regular. Yo, just respect me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Don't want people to like literally be at fault for putting too much into things that really don't benefit them. And too many people do that. And I don't like to see people going out like that, because that really, some people actually, just like you said, they do what they do for the love of it. And imagine if it's like that, like you're not gonna love what you do no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? So whatever you do, wake up and love what you do, man, because you don't want to,
Absolutely.
like how we were just saying yesterday, you don't want to wake up, do what you do, be there for like 8 hours, and then when you're done, you're like, fuck, oh my God, I'm finally done. Like,
Hell no.
you hate your life.
Yeah, nah.
Like, so I want to ask you, like, what's kind of like, what's one of the things that you say that's like most annoying with your work life and dealing with women?
Women in my work life, bro, I don't know why they just feel so compelled to get a discount or a free tat just because they look good or they fuck with me.
Yeah.
No, if you really fuck with somebody, boy or girl, you know what I'm saying? You gonna support what they doing. You gonna support their dream. You know what I'm saying? So any woman trying to get a free tat or a discount, even a homie, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you wasn't there from the beginning,
No.
like,
yeah.
like I'm
Facts.
not even gonna consider it. Like my homies that was there from the beginning that I fucked up, you know what I'm saying? They good for life. My mother, like, I'll
Right.
make sure they good. Like whatever they got. I'm like, I'll tell you, my man, I did this horror sleeve piece. You know what I'm saying? Like he was with me since the beginning. Like I told him, give me like whatever cash you got, whatever you willing to offer, and give me like an eighth of some weed. And you good.
Nah,
You know what I'm
fact.
saying? Nigga got a whole quarter sleeve.
Real nigga,
You know
yo.
what I'm saying? Look, just give me a couple of dollars for the gas and maybe food for the day.
Yeah, I'm
and
good.
an eighth, and I'm cool.
Yeah.
They gave me like $70, and it was two of my homies. You know, $70 and a quarter of some weed.
That's
Gave them
straight.
niggas 2 quarter sleeves. You know what I'm saying?
Word up.
Fire ass pieces. Shits look like $500 on the page. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
niggas they'll never see that.
Right.
They
Nah,
never see
facts.
that. They just see what the artwork look like.
And nobody would do that. Like, even people that have like, even people that do business or whatever the case may be, and they might got homies, they still not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if a person done, Niggas ain't doing that. Like niggas like, yo, this shit costs 800. Like you gotta pay 800.
I always try to look out. You know what I'm saying, for my guys that been rocking with me for a minute, 10+ year homies. You know what I'm saying? Like these the guys I'm watching out for.
Nah,
family, of course.
Yeah, and that's how it gotta be, because if you don't know who you could rock with like that, like at this point, it's like I wouldn't be around nobody, because everybody would try to take advantage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So-
I've had people like that. But as far as the women goes, like if I gave women free tat, the only person I ever gave like free tats is like my lady. You know what I'm saying? I was with her for years though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She would help me too.
Right.
So that was,
It's helping hand for helping hand.
yeah, kind of. That goes without saying. Like, of course she got free tats. You know what I'm saying? She rocking with me.
Right.
But other than like my actual lady, like someone I'm fucking with, like, but we gotta be like fucking with each other for some time,
Like
you
locked
know what I'm
in.
saying?
Yeah,
Like,
not fast.
she was paying until like probably like just under a year. She was paying. I wasn't whacked. I wasn't charging her what I would really charge though,
people.
you know what I'm saying? Because I was fucking with her, but
Right.
she still was paying.
Paying.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
not
And
fast.
that's how it gotta be. You know what I'm saying? Like if you think fucking with me just going, it's like a perk. Like yeah, fucking with me, you gonna get free tats. You know what I'm saying? But that was only ever one woman. You know,
Right.
really
Yeah.
got
It's not like
free.
you was just don't like.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
lead them with that.
Yeah, like no, that's something you gotta earn. That's something I gotta want to do. Like don't ask me. No, you gotta earn that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying it's my work.
That's respectable though.
But as far as like regular bitches, bro, no, because I feel like that shit is just like I'm selling my body. Like me giving a bitch free tap for some coochie. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like a woman selling her body to me. You know what I'm saying? Because this is my artwork. I built this shit from the ground up. So you're not about to come over here and think your pussy got a price tag on it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially
'Cause
not for no art.
any coochie I got was
It's
free. You know what I'm saying? Free, bitch.
Free 99.
This shit costs money. You know what I'm saying? It ain't
Right.
that much to actually tattoo, but it take my time away. I could be doing something better. I could be doing something for myself, de-stressing or relaxing or doing another tattoo. And I'm about to tattoo you for some pussy. You done lost your fucking taco.
I'll go work out.
You feel me? Like I ain't
Nah,
never pay for no pussy.
I'm telling you, wear it up, bro. It don't make no sense, because that's how they try to manipulate some dudes. They be like, yo, you got to do this, this, and that.
No.
If you a dude that got something going on, you're already going to pay for a good time. So if anything happens after that, it's because it genuinely just wanted to happen. Like,
Yeah, like
we express in that lane of whatever we doing. Like,
absolutely. And I just don't be going, bro. Like, just, like I didn't have my little fun, you know what I'm saying, growing up. Like I'm
Right.
at that age where it's just like if I'm taking a woman serious, like you gonna have my kids, we gonna get married. You know what I'm saying? That's the level I'm at. I didn't did all that.
it had my fun running
Yeah,
around and
like,
shit. Like,
This shit, like I noticed like a lot of these bitches is regular, you know what I'm saying? And I say bitches because they are bitches, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
When you meet a woman with good morals, good heart,
It's the difference.
That's
You
a
could really,
woman,
you could
know what I'm saying?
tell. You could tell.
it's
Word
a difference
up.
between a woman and a bitch.
Yeah, you ain't lying. A woman, a bitch, a hoe.
And I know how to distinguish which one from which.
Right,
And that's why I say a lot of these bitches.
right.
Because they act like it.
Yeah.
Motherfucking what we talked about with my dad, bro? The fucking statistic. 10, what was it? 10%.
Yo,
No.
word.
Hold on.
Oh my God, yo.
Y'all don't know. My dad, he met my dad the other day. He brought up the statistic of
Yo.
women ages from 18 to 24 in America are the dumbest fucking human beings on earth.
Word up.
The dumbest, most unintelligent people on earth. Women, 18 to 24 years old, dumbest. And 10% of those women, right? 10% of the 18 to 24 year woman age bracket do OnlyFans.
Yo, and what do
It's
you
crazy.
say? They bringing in that chicken. Like, they bringing in that bread to literally do, I would say nothing, but it's a lot, because you're putting yourself on a platform and you going up, like you turned up on this platform, like
I'm not against prostituting or OnlyFans, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah, make your money.
absolutely. if I was a girl and I had nothing else to offer in the world but my body, I'm doing it.
You
You know what I'm saying? Don't get me. I'm not against it at all.
Right.
But bitch, don't come over here thinking you doing OnlyFans and think I'm about to put a ring on. Bitch,
Hell no.
you crazy?
You crazy.
Everybody done seen that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I need a woman where it's just like.
And it's not even the fact that everybody's seen it. You have it for a price point of $5 a month. Like, I could meet somebody right now and just put $5 on the table, and you should be able to show me your whole catalog.
For $5, I get to see your pussy. I don't got to take you out or nothing.
I just gotta pay a price, and that's gonna come out once a month. Most people make $5. Like,
keep it a rack. You ever bought one? A subscription?
OnlyFans? No, I'm gonna put you on though. You don't have to buy OnlyFans. Please don't ask me how I know. You don't have to buy OnlyFans. You could just look them up on Reddit.
You can't post that.
I know where.
You could blur it out.
Yeah, but yo, real shit. Like you feel me? Yeah.
That's crazy. I usually go on Twitter.
That too. It's up there.
I ain't gonna lie. I paid for 2 subscriptions.
They had to be fire.
Nah, I never paid for I paid for. There was 2 different women though.
Okay.
It was one subscription because I just wanted to see like.
What
Because
it's
I was
about.
just so curious. Like, she's a bad, you know what I'm saying? I was just so curious. And it's like fucking $5.
I'm telling you.
It's $5. And then I paid for a video.
Okay.
But like, bro, it was a bad bitch. You know Mina Marie?
I heard of the name before.
Skinny, slim, light-skinned girl. Anyways, it was worth it.
It was worth it?
Yeah, 15 minutes.
Let me see.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the only 2, you mean, like, things I ever paid. Probably like a total of like $20. The video I think was like 10 or 15, and then the subscription was like 5 for the other girl.
Right. Dang.
But I was sick though, because when I paid for it, the bitch only had bikini pictures. That's another thing too. A lot of these bitches are smart. That's a smart bitch.
Bikini pictures though?
Bikini pictures. Ass out. Or like they
scamming on there.
If they naked. Nigga said they scam. If they naked, you can't see nothing. You know what I'm saying? So like that,
it's basically a tease.
I can respect a woman who does OnlyFans in that way.
Okay.
Still can't be my bitch though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
because you like the thrill. You
still
selling your body. Almost you there still.
It's
Like
a matter of how much body you selling, but you know what I'm saying? That's the principle. I can't show you my mom. Hey, mom, this is my wife. Fuck no.
Right. Her picture might pop up on TikTok one day.
Just seeing like an OnlyFans link is just so demoralizing.
Yeah.
Like I said, don't get me. It's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong with it. But you just can't be my main bitch doing that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this: what type of female do you like? What type of female would you want?
I need a female with goals, who knows what she want to do, who got ambition, drive, and just not okay with being average. You know what I'm saying? And highly intelligent. Because I've had a lot of idiotic women in my life, and it's just like I can't deal with that shit. Because I feel like sometimes I really do feel like the smartest person in the room. So it's just like to come home to that, and then on top of that, you got to deal with your woman being your woman, fucking nagging and shit. So being the smartest person, and you just you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I'm not
cool.
trying to. Nah, hell no.
Nah, facts, bro.
Hell no. So if she got some goals, like that's what I usually ask. Like if I'm actually interested in a woman, I'll be like, all right, so like, what are your goals? What do you want to do? If a bitch tell me she just want to get rich, okay, how you gonna do it?
Right.
Oh, I don't know. Like, nah, I'm cool. That's a turn off because it's just like you don't know what you want to do. And there's nothing wrong with not knowing what you want to do, but I'm at a point in my life where I know what I want to do. So if I'm not around the type of energy and aura I create, then it's just gonna only bring me down. So I need to be around people with the same interests, with the same, not necessarily the same goals, but the same mindset.
Yeah, nah, facts. I'm heavy on that too. Like, I need a woman that just know what she wants out of life. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then actually going to work for it.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, like,
and she gotta have the home qualities, cook, clean. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, because
Nurturing.
you see a lot of women that like want like a lifestyle of luxury and all that type of stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that. You could want whatever lifestyle you want, but at least if I'm asking you like, how are you gonna, like you said, how are you gonna get this lifestyle? At least have like a plan, like you know what I'm saying. Like at least tell me like, all right, well my job is gonna help me fund this, and then after I save up a certain amount of money, I'll start to like invest other
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Like, but
'Cause that's a
most time
calculated woman.
you get what I'm saying? She's actually taking the time to figure out what she want to
Yeah.
do rather than just like, you know what?
I don't
want
know.
yeah, or I want to be like a
The fuck you mean you don't know?
or I want to be a lash tech, right? And there's nothing wrong becoming a lash tech, but it's like what's your purpose behind it? Are you like are you going to use your skills of being a lash tech to be able to explain to people why they should use organic products because like the glue might gunk up and get like stuck to your face because of a certain reaction?
Yeah.
Like how are you going to make it a uh what would you say, like a more like teachable thing and something that people could learn from and take rather than just like you just selling person the product and they
Yeah.
don't know they're the product that they buying.
And I also like a uniquely built woman.
Yeah.
Meaning like she like if a woman gonna do a lash tech, if she gonna be a lash tech, like that's cool. But how you gonna be different? Because there's fucking hundreds of lash techs in
Yeah.
the area. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? There's hella lash
A
techs.
girl, two, if say if it's a friend group of 5 people. This one girl, 2 friends probably do lashes too or something around in that realm. So it's like, all right, say if they cool and they got what they got going, how are you just going to be a little bit more effective than them? Y'all all hang around each other, so y'all might have all the same clientele. Like, how are you going to be able to like outreach to somebody that's in New York or these other places?
Absolutely.
You know, so
I
you can
agree.
like,
I had somebody the other day come an hour and a half from PA for a little tap.
word.
Little tap. You know what I'm saying? And that shit is a blessing, bro, because it's just like, and I asked her, I'm like, damn, you came all the way over here for this? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
so, like, the work speaks for itself. And that's just like, that's the energy I bring. And I need to be around that because, you know, I'm human. You know,
Yeah.
I get demotivated. I get the feeling, you know, not wanting to do shit. I get the feeling of being at my lowest. I be down on my ass, you know what I'm saying? Nobody ever know, but I need a woman that's going to set me straight.
Right.
Now, if a woman not straight herself, how the
How
fuck
she
she
gonna
gonna
set me straight? Yeah,
You
nah,
know what I'm
facts,
saying?
facts.
Like,
That's so true. Word up. And even on the other end, like, if I'm a guy, I ain't got my shit straight. How the hell I'm gonna get my girl in order?
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how I'm gonna be able to teach her certain things so where like she don't have to think about if she's in order or not. You gave her the instructions on how to be in order, like you know what I'm saying? But that's hard too because that takes a woman that's actually willing to listen. And on the opposite side, that takes a man that's actually really willing to listen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because imagine if you meet somebody, right? And this person really likes you, and like, it might be weird, but they've been studying you and all this type of stuff. And they might say one thing that you actually do that's bad, and it might irritate you because you don't want them saying that at that point of where y'all at. But this is what you need. Like, it don't matter what point you're at with a woman. You want her to just keep you on your A game. Like, you smoke too much weed and you like whatever the case may be. Yo, you want her to say like, yo, you need to chill out on the smoking.
Yeah, my
like,
woman needs to be able to take constructive criticism and
Yeah.
act on it.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
Because anything I say to a woman or someone I give a fuck about is coming from a place of love. I've never been the type to put somebody down that I fuck with. You know what I'm saying? So I do have a habit of saying things very harshly and bluntly to people. You know, they take it how they take it, but all that shit come from a place of heart. So if you can't see that, then I don't know what to tell you because I personally can't tell you no other way than that because me telling you in general is just a testament of me giving a fuck.
fuck yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how I tell you. I tell you it that way because I give a fuck.
Right, and that's how. And yo, I'm glad you said that. A lot of people need to get told things that way because they've never have. You know what I'm saying?
Or if they have, they've been told in a way where it's not really resonating. So if
It
I
was
say
simplified. Somebody like, yo, like you'll say it very bluntly, But another person might be like, like you need to know, like let them know, like you are on some bullshit right now, and you need to get it together. Because if
Right.
not, they're gonna take it how you said it. You said to chill, they gonna be like, oh, it can't be that bad. They not
Yeah.
mad at me or anything. They don't feel no type of way.
And I actually fell out with my homie about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Right hand man too. Like, you know what I'm saying? We had a little situation or whatever. And like I ended up telling him by himself. You know what I'm saying? Told that nigga like, bro, you ain't gonna never be shit in life like the way you carry yourself. You smoke every day, you not doing shit, you not working out, you working out and getting high, like you're not gonna be nothing in life. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be shit. And I told it to him and he really felt the way about that shit. And you know what I heard from, you know what I'm saying? Cause we fuck with the same niggas. Niggas told me, oh, he trying to do better, or he went back to school, or blah blah blah. Like that's the type of shit I do for niggas. You know what I'm saying? I don't even fuck with that nigga, but I'm proud of him. You know what I'm saying?
It make the person
Like,
sit down and really.
But why I had to tell you that? Because everything, I'm not one of them niggas where like I held that shit in. No, I told him that shit for months, years even.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, get your license.
Right.
Yo, bro,
the little
handle
shit.
your school shit.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, like chill out the weed. Yo, bro, work out. Yo, bro, like. What you doing today? You know what I'm saying? Like all that shit was just said in a nice way. But when I tell it to people like very bluntly and real, the real side of it, you ain't like you gonna be stuck in the hood. Niggas take that shit a different way. Niggas be in their feelings. Yeah. I can't have no tender woman and no tender. I can't be around no tender niggas.
Right.
Yo, so I want to say I appreciate you highly. However you found my account, I want to thank that for real, because that's how we're able to sit down and
man,
do.
Naughty Glow GHB, man, y'all gotta tap in.
For real, that's the guy. I don't got none of his stuff on, but I always wear it though. That's my boy for real, for real. I appreciate him for real, because that actually helped me be able to.
Without Global Heartbreak, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah,
he put me on. I told
about
him I wanted to do a podcast.
Yeah.
He sent me to you.
Yeah, not facts. And I want to say I appreciate him because a lot of people have been seeing my podcast more after I did the podcast with him. So shout out to him, man. Definitely, if you guys need some clothes, go buy clothes from him. But I definitely want to say I appreciate you.
Hell yeah, bro.
Conversation.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, definitely. Conversation was very good. You know, you were comfortable as well. That's hard to get out of people. I just want to shout you out and appreciate what you do, like I did in the beginning. You do great work.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. Just follow him. Well, I'll let you do all that. You tell everybody follow you and stuff.
It's Jazzy Yatt, man, yo. Check me out on IG, FAYMUSYATTS, Famous Yatts on Instagram, Jazzy Yatt, man. My shit got the blue check.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
A lot of people be getting scammed.
Yeah.
This is one dude who be using my shit, bro.
Word?
Hell yeah.
You get no good grievances trying to scam people, man. Stay out of. Well, he be using your account?
Nah, he just used it. Like, his name is Owen Inks. Bro, you know what's crazy? The nigga got more followers than me. Which is crazy.
That's crazy.
The nigga got more followers than me.
Oh, my God.
He been using other people's work, too, but he mainly uses my work, my face. Word. Crazy. His name is Owen. And I really look at myself. I'm like, do I even look like a fucking Owen?
Owen. Word.